Hello stock traders, I hope all of you had a fantastic day. Sorry I've been gone over the last couple of days, but I have had a little bit of a throat thing. I've kind of lost my voice, but it is coming back a little bit now, and so I'm back here ready to kind of give some updates on the top 7 list and also give you a synopsis of where I think the market is heading. We had some important levels things happen today. I want to talk about those definitely. Also sold some of the picks in the top 7 list, sold quite a few, so I have 3 new picks for you to replace some stocks that were sold. Anyway, these should help you to be successful in the coming weeks if you are looking for good picks to take you to the next level. Hopefully these can get you there and we can make some money together. So on Thursday, I finished with a 0.97% loss. So a little bit of a loss over Wednesday and Thursday, and that was really Wednesday and Thursday combined. Been a tough couple of days for me. Had a couple picks not turn out so well. With everything that's going on with the Fed and everything, I still feel pretty good about where I'm at because month to date, I'm personally at a 60.72% gain, which is extremely good. Had a lot of the short squeeze plays do really, really well, and also had one specific PDUFA play 10x on me, and so that was really, really great. Looking forward to more good times to come. We should have a good last couple of weeks of the month. Year to date, personally, I am at a 166.43% gain. Hopefully, all of you are having a fantastic year so far, and I wish you all of the best in the market because it's definitely tough. All right, well, as we get going, one thing I'd ask in return, if you could do me a huge favor. One thing I ask in return is if you can do me a huge favor, please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you haven't done so before and you like this type of content, please consider subscribing and turning on those bell notifications so you get notified when one of these videos comes out. Also, please, as always, reach out to me in the comment sections. I want to hear from you. I am more than happy to take a look at a stock and at least give you my opinion. Now, I am not a financial advisor. Of course, you need to do your own due diligence whenever looking at a stock. But here we go. Let's talk about some of the stocks that were sold. First thing, I sold number 7, DLTR, for a 0.37% gain. So really small gain. That one didn't really move, but wanted to get out of it so that I can put my money into something else that might be better. Sold number 3, REVG, and this one really did not perform well, did not do well on Thursday, and sold for a 5.09% loss, which was unfortunate. That was an insider swing play that just really didn't move. But we had gotten 3 days away from insider activity, so there was no new insider activity within those 3 days. And so if a stock doesn't fit my strategy, I dump it. And so that's what happened with RevG. And also sold number 1, PLAY. This one just never did move, and it hit my exit point. Unfortunately, it hit all the criteria that I'm looking for an exit point. This was a squeeze play that I really thought would happen. They had fantastic earnings. It fit the play perfectly. It had over a 20% short percentage. It had that big burst, but then just kind of sat there. I sold it for a 4.22% loss. So I'll be replacing those 3 with hopefully a lot better picks in those 3 to help you to do better. Okay, so let's cover some of the picks that are still here. Number 6, GLP on Thursday finished down 2.41%. Number 5, NVDA. This has been a fantastic pick. Today, this finished up another 4.76%, and it's up in after hours again, and so it's doing very, very well. Number 4, WOOF, that I'm expecting to be a short squeeze eventually. It has not really taken off, but Thursday it squeezed up to a whole 1.01%. So this one hasn't moved yet. But if people get excited about this really high short percentage in this stock, and also good news, I mean, they've had some news here lately that's been good. And so I think that this one is just too good a deal. And I think the shorts have taken it too far. And if there was some buyers to get behind this thing, that this could really, really fly as those short positions panic. Number 2, SAFE. This is an insider swing play that is just doing fantastic. It continues to have insider activity, and so it keeps resetting the clock. Today it finished down 0.12%. But if you got in on this when I called it out, you are sitting pretty in it just really, really well. My options are well over 100% up on this. I have call options and also stock in this. Both are doing very, very well. The stock is up around 12% since calling it out. Hopefully all of you have made good money with it. And as long as those insider purchases are coming, I think it's going to keep going. All right, so I get a lot of questions about what do I do during a market downturn? So we are at a critical spot. If you are tracking the Elliott wave wave on the SPY. And as far as my analysis goes on it, we are in wave 5 of the Elliott wave of SPY. And I'm going to talk more about that here in a little bit. But I've had a lot of questions. What do you do? What is my personal approach when we start to enter a market correction, which could happen at any time? First thing I do is I close my call options. So the only thing I will keep open for a call option is if I have something where it's got multiple insider activity, like a safe, for example. I would keep that open because it continues to have insider activity that's pushing the stock price upwards. And so even in a market downturn, unless it was really, really serious, I would not close those call positions. I would keep those open because I would expect those to continue to move up as the pressure from the insider activity. But all others, anything else, no call options at all. I close all of that. I really limit my options activity that way when we start to see a downturn. Okay, so another thing I do is I'm only doing strategies that have very high conviction. My high conviction strategies, at least for me, that have worked for me so well. Number one is my insider swing play. It works and it works and it works and it works. And there are some times where it can struggle during COVID, where everything struggled and everything sold off. But it is very, very rare for the insider swing play not to work. And so that would be a strategy I would use a lot of. Also, my squeeze play, I'm getting a lot more conviction in that as I go into it, and that's covered in our standard room of our Patreon. And I would keep doing that because as those short has taken it too far, and as we have price pressure on the upside, that is a very powerful combination to make great gains. And so I like that one a lot. So that's one thing I do. Also, as I close positions, the third thing that I do, as I close positions, I am holding as cash. So if I sold a position, like let's say I just sold play, for example, today. And so I would hold that as cash available, and I would keep doing that until my cash positions would continue to grow. I don't want to be in the market during a correction. I don't want to have a lot of risk during a correction. Now, I am a bull. And so when the market is going down and there's no positive in the market, I tend to hold cash. I pull out and get out of those positions, and when I get out, I wait for the bottom and I hold out. I trade support very well. I'm not a great bear. I don't trade successfully as a bear. So for me, that is the way that I trade. And so if you are successful more, if you think more in the mindset that stocks are going to go up, which the stock market does over time, then that is what I recommend that you do. More cash, more cash, more cash until it's over and until the market starts showing signs of a positive uptrend. Okay, so let's get to the state of the market. Let's take a look. There's some things that have really kind of changed, and so there's some important things I need to update. So let's get to that. First, let's go to the SPY. I'm tracking the Elliott wave. We have wave 1 here, wave 2 here, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, and it's possible that we have closed out wave 5, and we may be entering into a correction or at the beginning of a correction. You need to be very careful at this time. So here's what's going on. We have had a negative cross of the MACD down here, even though it's slight, and it's been a slight downturn right here, and this just happened today. This usually does not follow good things. You can see here, last time it happened, we have it right here. As you can see my cursor right here, you can see what happened to the market and that major downturn to the market that happened through wave 4. Well, okay, so it happened here on wave 2, even though it was really, really brief, only lasted 4 days. But you can see that negative cross here and what happened to the market. Okay, so let's take a look at a serious one. Let's take a look here, and let's look at this downturn. Now, this one lasted longer. This was brutal and took a while, and a lot of people lost a lot of money during this section. I did not do well during that section either, but I had moved a lot of my positions to cash because of that negative crash that I saw there. So you can see this kind of happening over and over again. Okay, well, here's a negative cross down here. What happened? We have a pullback, blah, blah, blah. So this happens a lot. And so now we need to be cautious just because this has happened on the SPY. And you might say, well, that's because of sector rotation, but the S&P 500 is the top 500 companies in the US. And so this makes me concerned. So this is something definitely to watch. I'm not going bearish or anything, but as I'm closing positions now I'm starting to close some of my call options. I'm starting to go through that list. I'm starting to go, okay, as I close positions, I might increase my cash and wait for this bottom, or at least for this to turn back up. This could turn back up tomorrow. And if so, then I will wait for another dip and I will buy the dip and go back into positions heavy. But anyway, I'm just noticing it, and it's something that's to be aware of. And I know that the triple Qs had a fantastic day, but it just makes me nervous. Okay, so now we go to the Russell 2000. Well, what do we have here? The same thing happening on the Russell 2000. Don't like this. This is a negative cross on the MACD right here. And so that's two indices right here. Now, the triple Qs are on fire, but the triple Qs got destroyed earlier. So, you know, big move up in the triple Q today. Anyway, and as you take a look at the VIX, which is a fear indicator, and it's important to pay attention to, the higher the VIX goes, the more concerned you need to be about the market. Well, what do we have here? We have a good day on the VIX, and we've had quite a few days actually on the VIX, and you can see that we've had a positive cross on the MACD here. So fear increasing. We got two indices that have had a negative cross. It just makes me uncomfortable. I'm not a big fan of when we run into those times. Well, we have this Patreon group, and it's a great group of investors. If you are looking for a powerful group, it's best not to go it alone. We have different levels for whatever level you're looking for. Highly recommend that you check it out. We would love to see you there. Lots of great picks each and every day. Everything is based on a strategy within those rooms, and so you can feel good that the due diligence has been made. And that we have lots of great picks that run each and every day. A lot of terrific success. So far this month, over 50% in our standard room. Just about everyone's up over 50% because of those squeeze plays and a lot of things that are kind of going on in some of my call outs there. All right, so now let's go into the three stocks we're looking to replace. Number 7 is ADOM. Now, this is an OTC, and you might be like, oh, Ray, an OTC. Yes, but this has had significant insider activity, and that's why I like it. So this is Envirotech Vehicles, ticker symbol ADOM. And on Thursday, it finished up 5.77%. My average in it is 25 cents. Since calling this out, it is up 7.76%. But I think that this one will continue to move up. It is really impressive to see the officers of the company buying shares. And so there's been a lot of buying going on. Two different directors bought in and bought shares in open market. And we are seeing a little bit of a just a smidge up in volume here too. And so that's a thing that's really important on an OTC. And you will need a broker like Schwab in order to trade this, or TD Ameritrade or E-Trade in order to do business with an OTC. But this is one that I think will do very, very well. And it's definitely got great insider activity. And so we could see this continuation. This would be a good one to get in. All right. Number 3, replacing number 3, and this has had massive insider activity, and this is a very stable stock. Very, very, very stable stock. And so I like this, especially since the market is getting a little bit more bearish and there's a little bit more fear coming into the market. I like this one. So this has had massive insider activity. This is PennyMac Financial Services. This thing is not going to move a ton. It's going to be a super solid stock for your portfolio. Anyway, this is ticker symbol PFSI, and on Thursday finished up 2.25%. And again, today had impressive insider activity. My average in at $63.99. I just called it out in our Discord this evening, so I'm sharing it with you right away, giving you a pick almost right at the beginning. Since calling this out, I'm down 0.01%. I think it went down a penny after I bought it. Anyway, analysts have an average target price of $77.99. And so there is some upside here, and so it should do well. Huge director buys. Now, I mean huge director buys. And so very bullish to see them do this and happen day after day after day. And so there's been lots of days in a row. So I like this type of transaction. I think you can make good, solid gains with this company. It's not going to blow the doors off anything, but I think it's going to be good. All right, now let's go to number 1. And we haven't had a lot of PDUFAs in the list, and so I wanted to add this one. This is a PDUFA run-up, and we have had some phenomenal PDUFA run-ups. ORF, Over 1,000% gain I was able to get out of ORF. Absolutely amazing. We had a couple that didn't do well, lost like 3 or 5%, but some of these have really been terrific. I think it's CCXI that we're in right now that is up 39% in the group. If you want to get in on that one, it's a little late. It's already done its run, and so I don't know how much longer it's going to go, but some of these PDUFA plays have been just terrific in our basic room. Okay, so this is one. This is ALBO, and this is Albireo Pharma. Okay, so on Thursday, this finished up 2.77%. My average in it is $33.73. Since calling this out, is only up 1.16% because I just called it out. Analysts have an average target price is very impressive of $73.43, but they're trading around $34 right now. That is a lot of upside. They have a PDUFA date of July 20th. It is the perfect time frame. They have plenty of cash to get them to it, so we don't have to worry about an offering. This should be a fantastic run-up. It is a brand new run-up out of our basic room, and this is the time to get in for sure. I think this one will do great, and we will run this up until the PDUFA date and then sell prior to the date, because you don't want to hold through decision dates. There's only pain that awaits you through waiting through. So there's so many people right now trying to wait and see if ORF has been approved. And anyway, bought it at $5, went all the way to $77, sold it at $60. And now it's crashed all the way down to $9. Then it came back, got all the way up to 25. Now it's down to 13. Now it's up to 15 in after hours, and they're still awaiting approval. Now, if this thing doesn't get approved, it goes right through the floor. If it does get approved, everyone's, there's a lot of people already made huge money on it, may not go into it again. So who knows what's going to happen with ORF. Hopefully they get approval. But, there's just pain with that. It's just better to make the money on the run-up. The big money for ORF was made in the run-up for sure. We shall see what happens. Hopefully they get approval. Anyway, let's have a great day on the market tomorrow. I wish all of you the best. Do some good with your profits. It's so important to do good each and every day within your community. And wishing you all the best. Raythoven out.